Hello everyone, my name is Declan, and this is Powers Pictures. I don't know what this channel is going to be about, but whatever. So, a couple days ago, or actually it's been almost a week, I released my first short film, Beowulf. It sucks. It's a terrible
Completely.
thing, yes. And I promised that I'd do a commentary on it regarding how it failed, why it sucked, and why I really want this thing to burn in a fire.
All of us suck.
Yes. If you don't know, this is Nemo or Noah Neimanen, my
The person who's credited as the loser in the very last credit. So just saying,
yeah, he is.
I'm one of the main people in this.
He was one of the producers. He was my AD. He was also cinematographer and my editor. He really helped me through this process and really helped me throughout this process. Helped me get my learning steps, but that still didn't help with this film. This film is a dumpster fire. I really hate this thing, and let's just go ahead and get started.
We were all teenagers, and so we had very separate schedules.
Yeah. So our two main actors, their names are Michael and Jacob. They're really cool guys. But the one thing about them is they both had working jobs. Me and Nemo are both unemployed. Me, I just had children to take care of. Nemo was free 24/7.
I'm a bachelor.
So
Any ladies out there?
the thing about it is, Jacob and Michael, we had to work around their schedule. So this thing was for a class project of mine, and we had to adapt the story of Beowulf into a short film. That was our thing because I want to be a filmmaker. And we had to sit there, we had to work around Michael and Jacob's very weird work schedules, and we literally had one day of filming.
That's the one thing wrong with it.
Yes, we had one day to film. We sat there, we rushed through it, and that is probably the biggest reason why this film is terrible. We rushed through it, rushed through filming, we rushed through editing. I think the only thing that was not rushed through was writing, but at the same time, the writing that I had, the screenplay, which I still think was really good, was thrown out of the window in a fiery haze.
I did that. I threw it out the window. I was like, "This is crap."
This is crap. This is crap. Throw it away. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start with this first scene right here, and just give you guys our 2 cents on it.
It is kind of blurry.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's Oh.
I was thinking so. Okay, we're gonna start this
360p.
over because you can actually cut that out if you want to. But go ahead and restart it.
What do you mean?
Restart it all the way to the beginning. Okay, so yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and start this, give you our 2 cents on it, maybe what we was trying to achieve on this, and how this completely failed, and why my filmmaking career is terrible.
Once my Wi-Fi decides to load in.
Jeez, Nemo. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Maybe a bear attack?
Oh my
Jeez,
gosh.
this is loud. Okay.
I just got like a earful of myself.
Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and pause this. So the story of Beowulf is weird, and it's funny, and whatever. Oh God.
I can say that it has all of these qualities in it, but not in the good way.
Yeah, so Nemo, my cinematographer, we thought since he has no gimbal, neither of us have steady hands, so we thought the best thing to do would be, hey, let's do found footage. Let's do it to where this is going to be like chest cams and stuff like that. And I still don't understand why. Why did we even do it?
I believe it was because it made more sense to the story overall.
Not to the original story, to the updated story
Yeah.
that absolutely sucks.
Well, I can tell you one thing that I did wrong here is my amazing editing skills and my record. You can tell where I went in and uncut everything out from this, and you can tell the leftovers.
Yeah, this is Oh, this-
But listen,
this
I
is
only
gonna be
had
rough.
I only had like 1 day at most to edit this, I think, or was
You
it
had 2 days.
2 days to edit. Had to be done by Monday.
Monday at 9:30. Granted, it actually had to be done by 7 o'clock or 7:50 for you because you had to be there that time and you didn't have time to edit at school. But
Yeah.
oh,
But I did make 2 different versions of this.
I was actually just about to get to that in just a minute. So let's just go ahead and resume this. Sweet mother of Jesus. Okay. So
Already
wait, hold on. Never
Danny,
mind. Never mind.
did you just hear that
Oh
scream?
my gosh, why am I so loud each
Danny's
time?
gone.
Okay, so
What's he doing? Danny's gone. Where did Joe go? What? Where did Joe go?
Is that good for you? Can you hear that?
okay, so originally the story was supposed to be a horror film. Originally, we just did not have the acting talent, and we did not have the. At the time, Nemo did not have the editing software to make this a horror film. I really wanted to embrace the horror aspect of Grendel. He even during this part in the original script, he had a voiceover.
Our costume was terrible, and so that's why we made it a comedy.
I was about to get to that. So everything in this film was terrible, and especially the acting. So we just decided to go in, and Nemo, of course, made 2 cuts of the film. One was how we originally shot it, how it was shot, how it's supposed to be dramatic and everything. He had dramatic music over it, everything. I absolutely hated it. I had his phone, I was watching it, and I straight up wanted to throw it across the cafeteria. I wanted to yeet that thing across the cafeteria.
This was Monday right before you were supposed to show it too.
Yeah, this was straight up 20 minutes. 20 minutes before I was supposed to present this. And Nemo brings it in and is
But
like,
see,
oh, yeah.
me being a good editor like I am, I made 2 different versions because I knew it was crap.
Yeah, Nemo knew it was crap, okay? So he decided to sit there and...
I did pickup shots Sunday night, I think. Yeah, it was Sunday night.
Yeah, you did these shots
Yeah,
right here.
these shots were pickup shots.
You sit there, you decided to do these shots, and we transformed it into a comedy. I really am thankful for him for that. It's still terrible.
Rip this bunny, he's dead now.
It's still terrible, but at the same time, it's a lot better. I like to think with it being a comedy, mainly because it plays to the strong suits of our actors and to a lot of the things that we messed up on. Oh, thank you so much, Nemo. I still have to
You know, one of the funny things that I was gonna do was I was gonna pull out the car out of the garage and have it like do the flashing lights where it disappeared, but my mom wouldn't like. My mom didn't know where the keys were at the time, so she wouldn't let me do that. So sad. There they go.
Yeet.
I was already cleaning out my bunny's cage that night, and so I was like, oh, well, I have to take him out anyway, so let's just record a video. That's my grandmother, by the way. She's crazy. Love you, Granny.
Can't believe you actually let this be in this.
Yeah, I had to lift her up after this, and I was like 500 pounds.
And this beautiful man
Yes,
is Bryant.
Now this scene goes on forever, and you could tell because like I don't think I was very clear with Brian of what we were supposed to be doing. Like you'll see in just a second what like that's a chicken nugget. I love that.
Was that Logan in the back outside?
No, that was me in the outside.
That was you. So
yeah.
you had a tripod and
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay. See, I fixed it. Like one of the shots that we shot, the tripod, you could see it in the reflection, so we had to reshoot it. But Bryant just took way too long on this scene. Like you just notice how it's just drawn out.
Yeah, and that is one of the funny moments. The funny things about it is that he takes his time on it.
I don't think so, cause like
it subverts your expectations. Granted, it's not very funny at all, but at the same time, it helps with the comedic factor.
Now there's a black sheet behind this window to hide me, so they don't know
that it's a different person.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't tell the difference because you're never shown in camera.
I love how I blow that out in the camera. Now, that was supposed to be the signal for Bryant to come back. But Bryant couldn't see me at the angle he was at, I guess. And so he was like, he stood and he waited for like forever. Okay, and you see that cut right there? Yeah, like I didn't skip back. Oh gosh darn nugget.
Just edit this out.
Yeah. Okay. But like you can see where I had to cut the footage because it took so long in the clockwork.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. But this beautiful man is named Bryant. He is a absolute treasure.
he's free, ladies.
Yeah, he is.
So am I.
He is a single man.
Declan's not free. I have him.
Yeah, apparently I am Nemo's man. Apparently. And this still it's hilarious that
It's
he
so
decides to
stupid.
turn the light off.
He didn't even try to turn off the light. I made it look like he tried to turn off the light.
This shot I actually really enjoyed, and I kind of like the color grading
See, okay.
of what the original text was calling for. I really appreciated that color grading for that.
If we had the right schedule, I think all of it could look like this. Because, like, we shot this during the day. This is how I was planning on shooting it, was during daylight. So we had, like, we could do, like, that night look, but have all the lighting we need because we're poor and we don't have lighting.
Yeah.
And so, poor boys.
We had to work with natural. We had no budget at all, so we had to work with the natural elements. We had to work with what was given to us.
This was our first shot we shot, wasn't it?
Yes, this was the first shot. We had a couple shots before this,
But
that
we edited out.
We never did
Yeah.
that. We never. We changed the script.
I still have those shots too.
Yeah, we
if you
changed
want
the
to go
script
back
after
and
that.
look at those.
We changed the script after that, and yeah, it was absolutely terrible.
I might even have that really bad version of it still saved.
Now, I don't like Living on a Prayer, but I really do enjoy this shot. I
Well,
really do.
We had to use "Living on the Prayer" because that's what they were singing along to in the car. So
Yeah.
The car.
But
Okay, now this right here, I think I slowed it down, and you could tell because of like the footage being like way more like jittery.
yeah, you can jerky. Yeah.
Yeah. So I shouldn't have done that, but I thought it would look cooler, and
Yeah, I'm filming.
Okay,
it looked pretty okay on my small phone.
So, as you can see, this sexy man right here, that is actually, if you go into the comments of the video, that is Michael Cooper. Dude is he was very much overacting, and we didn't anticipate that.
Michael was overacting and Jacob was underacting, and then
Yeah.
I was just screaming nonsense.
Yeah, I love Jacob. But dude sounded so monotone and so
Okay,
uninteresting.
Jacob, I know you're watching this, so I love you, but you did not play the character of Beowulf that good. That's just me being honest. I love you, and you screamed during Avengers, so you know. If Declan decides to cut this out, I'll be totally fine with it.
I'm not. But like, honestly, I think Michael should have played Beowulf. Now, I've gotten the feeling that Michael probably should have played Beowulf. We didn't go with the exact greatest casting.
I think Jacob did the best out of all. Like, I think Jacob did the best out of all of us to play Beowulf. Though
I don't know. We could have done better casting choices. Now, the thing about it is, we had to have both of these guys in the film because of.
I had to have these guys in the film.
We had to.
It was a school project.
It was a school project, and they were in my group, so we straight up had to have these guys in there. Nemo was just gracious enough to help me out. So
gracious enough. I begged him.
Technically, we actually kind of wasn't supposed to have Nemo in it. It was supposed to be by ourselves, but we said, okay, what about if Nemo's technically not on screen? And that was fine.
Wait a minute. You asked her that?
Oh, yeah. She
Oh, you
said
did?
she didn't really care for you to be on screen. She said try not to.
Oh,
So that's one of the reasons why he was never on screen.
wait a minute. Why didn't you tell me that?
I thought I told you.
No, I wouldn't have even talked during this. I wouldn't have done the found footage route.
That would have been so good if we had not get the found footage thing. As you can tell, I hate found footage. Found footage, in my
I
opinion,
love it. Chronicle is like one of my favorite movies.
Chronicle. I've gone through and I've watched parts of it, but Chronicle, I still feel is one of the good versions of found footage.
I think it's like
it's the strongest one. It's the
Well,
strongest found footage film. Maybe Visit.
I think-
maybe The Visit. M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit.
I think Chronicle did something that none other one has been able to do. I just put gum in my mouth and I'm regretting it now.
Okay, we should stop and keep on going with the commentary because right now we're just going on a tangent. So yeah, I just wanted to stop and give you the names of the actors. And let's go.
You ready for this, Michael?
As you can tell, overacting.
Okay, the sheriff's
Oh,
house is right
I
up
love
there.
that fake speed up.
I think that's the
Yeah.
sheriff right there.
Yeah. This is, of course, Jacob's car. We're in Jacob's car. Jacob, I don't know why he was wearing leather gloves.
He always wears the leather gloves.
Yeah, he wears the leather gloves to.
You're so cool,
ride.
Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob, please let us be like you. Jacob is really a cool guy. He's. Let's just skip that.
Don't have nothing
that is
nice
my.
to say about Jacob.
This is at Nemo's house,
I'm gonna send him the link to this video.
and then that's my sexy self.
Oh, look how poor of quality this is.
Oh, yeah.
Did we not shoot this in 4K?
We shot this in 4K, yes. And that is my beautiful truck behind me, given to me by my
I guess
sold to
iPhones-
me by my granddad. But
This is before I upgraded too. So
yeah, so this is terrible quality. As you can tell, you can't even see me. I look like a dead gum pixel.
This was the main reason I wanted to shoot like in the morning time so we could done that.
Yeah. We could have done so much better if we had been able to shoot at the morning.
Yeah, but both of them worked during the morning. So
And I
that
think
was
if we
kinda
had
impossible.
legitimate actors,
Oh,
my vision could have come to life. But Nemo put
it's
this.
your fault, Jacob and Michael,
But
and Noah Neiman.
but Nemo actually put this in his dark side of YouTube thing that he did the best, and I know he was joking about it, but I do have to agree. Nemo probably did the best out of all of us.
Definitely. I mean, not really.
Nemo, I mean, Michael was just Nicolas Cage in this film, like a gangster Nicolas Cage. Jacob was like Tommy Wiseau in The Room. And me, I don't know what I was. Like, I thought that acting was going to be...
Overacting was very, very, like...
Like, I had felt that acting was going to be so easy when we started making this.
Yeah.
And legitimately, I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. And then next thing you know, this crap starts happening, and... Oh, gosh.
You can really tell the overacting in the truck scene is what... I think that's the poorest scene that you did. I think this scene was okay, but I think the truck scene is very much overacting.
Yeah, in a few lines, yeah. You'll get to see it. Okay, let's go ahead.
Don't worry, I won't let Declan off the hook. Look, that looks like two eyes right there.
Take a ride. Okay, this is, of course, Michael's truck. We made a terrible transition.
Oh, look, there I am.
Oh, yeah. We made a terrible transition. We couldn't fit everybody in my truck, so we straight up just stuffed everybody into Michael's truck. So we, if you notice, I own a Chevy. This is a Ford. So if you actually saw that, I don't see how, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't stop smiling. That was terrible acting on my part. And I have
that improv right there. Why in the world do you have a camera?
90% of this film is improv. Legitimately, like, I had a script that I wanted to go by that was, I mean, me and you both agreed it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was a strong, solid horror film. But we have no talent behind this. Nemo has shot short films all of his life, so he was the most experienced. He was the cinematographer. Next thing you know, we have nothing. I am a first-time director, and I think it's about this time of filming that you can start seeing my direction and my acting go south, because I legitimately start losing hope.
And you gotta remember,
in
I've
all
never
of this.
filmed a horror type.
Yeah, he's done nothing but comedy.
Yeah.
So this
And
worked
so-
really well in your favor.
This was like I tried to film this as horror, but then we changed it to comedy like Sunday night.
Yeah.
Cause like I did the final edit of the comedy one Sunday night after me and Brian did those reshoots, and so really I just filmed those reshoots as comedy, and the rest was tried to film as horror, and so you can tell that I did not know how to film as horror.
But
like,
hold on. But also, you look at it, and a bad horror film most of the time could be a good comedy,
Yeah,
and that shows here. That
Yeah.
shows here.
I think
I think it's not a good film. It's nowhere near a good film, and it will never be a good film. I think if we could sit there and get some good actors behind us and a lot of good equipment and stuff like that, and we was to make my original thing, I think we
Yeah.
could actually do it.
Well, your original thing was a lot like that Romeo and Juliet thing where y'all still spoke in that same mannerism as the...
Okay, not everybody, only Grendel. So Grendel had in my original script, Grendel had a very much, he had a very Shakespearean way of speaking.
Yeah.
Very much a Shakespearean way of speaking. He was still, like, this was supposed to be Grendel in modern, or Beowulf in modern times, but at the same time, Grendel was still an ancient being, an ancient deity. And I thought the voice acting, I was supposed to be the voice actor. The reason we didn't put it in, first of all, was it didn't match the tone of the film.
Oh, we also didn't have the who was going to play Grendel dropped out on us, too.
Yeah, but also, like, the actor who was going to play Grendel, legitimately, I thought
And Logan dropped out on us, too.
But what I had always seen Grendel as was, like, the shadow character. The shadow character. Plus, Logan's behind us. That's when he was talking, like, in that manner. But I thought him of, like, a shadow, pretty much. Like, kind of like the Sentinels in Days of Future Past.
See,
But, like, more shadowy and more disfigured and everything. So, I had very much just, like,
what we were thinking of, well, you can zoom it, like, what we were thinking of for, like, Grendel was, like, doing makeup kind of like this.
but somewhat,
Yeah.
somewhat.
But that was, like, our inspiration. Like, we were wanting to get, like, a very skinny person to, like,
Yeah.
play him in the dark and do that.
But my original thought, and this was always my interpretation of Grendel throughout the entirety of reading the story and everything. I'd always seen him as like a mixture between something, I guess you could say, like this, a shadow, pretty much. With in the original script, you also saw he had beaming red eyes and stuff like that. I'd always seen him as a shadow figure mixed with maybe the Sentinels from Days of Future Past. But we couldn't do that because of several different things that happened. People dropped out, and I'm not a shadow. As you can see, I am a large individual. And that...
As we get later on into the video.
Yeah, but that's thick. Anyways, yeah, we had a lot of things going wrong for us. But a bad horror film can be a good comedy, and
Yeah.
whatever. Let's continue. I want to. I just want to skip this so bad. And look at my deformed hand. I've got baby hands,
He
man.
kills me every time he says that line, like...
I want to kill him. I want to fight him. I can't even remember what the real line is.
'Cause I think I can take him.
I think I could take it. There we go. My God. Jacob, if you are watching this, which I doubt very seriously you are.
I'm going to send him the link just so he can
Go.
watch it.
But I love you, Jacob. I do. I love you so much.
It's not
but
talking
your
behind
talent,
your back if we send it to you.
Yeah, your talent is not acting. And I think you even told me that afterwards. You're like, man,
Yeah, he said that he's not good at acting.
I'm not a good actor. Michael was very
None of
much
us really
overacting.
are, so.
And I'm the one who wants to be an actor, and you can also see that I'm terrible in this. But I do think also if I had been like a quiet type character, that I would have been better. Like
Yeah,
that
like,
film, I'm not going to sit there and reveal what we're trying to work on right now, but that short film I gave you ideas for, I have no dialogue in that.
Yeah.
I think I would actually, like Hayden Christensen in the prequels. When the dialogue comes in, the dialogue is so bad that his acting is terrible.
Sand.
I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse and irritating, and it gets everywhere. I actually, I just went to Geyser Falls in Philadelphia, Mississippi, and there was sand there. And Michael, you'll know what I'm talking about. I repeated that quote 50 million times. But when he sit there and you see Hayden Christensen in the prequels act with no dialogue being used, his acting is some of the best things in there. Some of the best acting in the prequels is him just standing around, looking mopey, looking intimidating, looking depressed. That entire scene between him and Padme, to where they're across, in episode 3, to where they're across the planet or whatever, across, I can't even remember the dead
Basically, what Declan is saying is that if he just sat there and used his good looks, he would have been fine.
I think if I'd used my facial expressions, I would have been better. Not good looks. I am a terrible looking human being. But let's continue. Look at that sexy beard. See, you look at my facial expressions. I don't think my eyes and stuff like that. Of course,
that
is
looks,
a terrible
that,
angle.
Yeah,
but I feel like my eyes
Well,
right there had
okay,
actually
see,
decent acting.
Here's what I was doing. I put this in the line
Yeah.
right here. I was trying to get your eyes where it was on the line because I wanted to draw attention to your face in that mirror.
Granted, also at the same time, there is just this huge mass of a person right there.
Yeah, but I mean, like.
And I was white too, bro.
This is like, I mean, you know, I'm using a little bit of film learning. There's my camera focusing because I didn't. Okay, well, here's a little tip if you're recording. Lock the focus. Noah, in future. Lock it. Just lock it.
Okay, look at this.
There it goes again.
Oh, God.
I should have put this in like a degrainer.
Color graded, actually. Should have color graded the entire thing.
Like, I should have degrained it first and then color grade it.
Yeah, but that is completely terrible overacting on my part.
I didn't have After Effects at that time, though.
Yeah, we've got After Effects now, so we can definitely make a lot better quality stuff. But at least physically, visually, we can make a lot better quality stuff. We still need microphones and acting talent, and I still need to get better as a director.
In my mouth.
But yeah, that is terrible overacting on my part, and yeah, let's just keep on going. I want to hurry up and get through this scene.
420.
Yeah. This scene, okay, that specific thing, I told him to say that because in the book, that is one of the most powerful scenes in the book, is that he'll sit there and he says, man, I'll do this, and I'll do it with my dadgum bare hands. Like, that is powerful. In this, it literally is just him saying, I'll do it with my bare hands, bro. Yo, bro, you good? Yeah, I'll do it with my dadgum bare hands, bro. Like,
he actually has bare hands.
Anyways, yeah, oh goodness.
I can't even imagine sitting in class and watching this.
I didn't. People responded to it really greatly. I don't know how, but people actually enjoyed, I think, the comedic aspect of it.
Yeah.
So if we had made it a drama,
well, here's the
it
thing.
would have been hated.
I think it helped that you said that, like, I helped you with it. Because, like, Miss Moore, like, she subscribed to my YouTube channel because she thought my videos were funny.
Subscribe to his
and so she probably just didn't want to hurt.
Subscribe to his YouTube channel, NemoBigButt, and his other one, NAN Studios.
I was talking about the other one. She's not subscribed to my NemoBigButt.
Yeah, hopefully she's not. But, yeah, this, I think this will come with time. But I look at it like this, my direction in this. Granted, we were very pushed for time. This was, I'm going to say 12 o'clock at night, 11:30, 12 o'clock.
No. This is 9.
Oh, it's 9 o'clock?
Yeah, because we got done filming at like 10.
Oh, I thought we got done filming at like 1. No, we went to Pyro's Pizza
went to
afterwards.
Pyro Pizzas after.
Yeah, and then, that took us forever. But this was like 9 o'clock at night. We're sitting there. I'm starving. I want to go eat and stuff like that.
I think we're all starving because we've been filming since 7.
Yeah, we had started filming at 7 o'clock after everybody got off of work.
Those were the scenes we didn't even use. Like,
yeah. We went through probably an hour and a half of shooting, and we didn't even use those scenes.
Yeah, because the daylight went down.
Yeah.
And so we couldn't really use those scenes because we shot scenes later in the film, and like we shot them earlier, and then the daylight was all mixed up, and that's why we had to reshoot like everything. Like there was a scene where instead of them meeting you at your truck, they met you at your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I still have that scene.
But go back. Also, I don't know if you heard me, but I told you really, because you have more experience directing than I do. You, of course, are the cinematographer, the camera guy, whatever, but you have at least a little bit more experience directing than I do.
I mean, not saying it's good experience.
It's not good experience, but still, it's experience. And I told you, hey, there are going to be scenes where I'm acting in this, and I can't help that I'm a terrible actor. I've not the only other thing I've ever acted in is How to Amish. I want to let him actually put that public now, and I'll actually probably link it in the description because it is my finest work. I will say
It's
that
crap.
that is my finest work.
It's crap.
It is not crap. That is my finest work
It's
as an
all
actor.
improv and it's
Yeah,
crap. I hate it.
yeah, it is terrible. But I had not had any previous acting experience that was actually good. And I told him, I don't remember if you remember, but I told you, hey, watch me, help me.
Well, you see,
And
it's your film, so I'll let you do what you want to do. So that's what
Yeah,
my
we were very
logic.
much smushed for time, so there was no time to say, hey, dude, do this take again, do this take again. We
Well, I
didn't have
did.
time.
I was doing that at the beginning.
Granted,
but
also at the
then-
same time, though, we started stumbling over lines a good bit to where we just had to sit there, stop it, and re-record.
Yeah.
And then there was also one scene that we cut out of the film the shed scene that took like 30 minutes to film.
Yeah, and then
So
we
that's
lost
why
light.
we lost light, and also we just said, screw that scene.
Crazy son of a gun.
If that wasn't a school project, I probably would have said something different. Just saying.
Okay, there was a scene in between that and there was a scene where we got out of the car. You remember that? How we filmed where we got out of the car and we went on our own and you didn't drive us?
Yeah, I left you two there, and y'all had to walk, and I took Beowulf.
Yeah,
something.
it was something so stupid. But then we refilmed it and did this.
Yeah.
So we didn't have the proper transition, like.
And also, what was also cut out is me going about 60 miles per hour.
So
Because I saw a sign that said "slow children at play."
So here's a tip, right here. Here's a tip. Always mark down what you have filmed, because you think that you'll remember it, but really you want it when you have to change something, and then you figure out that you don't have a transition scene between two things like we needed right there.
Yeah, always have a script on hand, which we did. We did have a script on hand.
Yeah,
But
it was
also
on one of our phones though.
we didn't have storyboards. I never wrote out storyboards because I didn't have time. But always have storyboards with you, and always have a shot list.
Yeah.
Which all of you probably know because most of you are more experienced at this than I am. But yeah, that scene was really so stupid. Michael is a treasure. Michael is a treasure. That was so late.
That line was so good. We're doing this and we're doing this tonight. If you would have just left it as that, I would have thought it was a pretty okay line. But
And then he waited so long to
yeah,
say.
it's just like a huge pause. It was like we're
And it
doing
was
this
so.
tonight.
It was such an awkward pause, and I think that's why he sit there and he such an awkward pause. It was such an awkward pause. I think he felt like he needed to say something.
Yeah, I think
Which is
so, too.
completely understandable because
Yeah.
when you're an actor, you
Well,
want
right up here, you can tell that you needed to say it. Like you felt like it was going on too long, and so you try to improv something right up here. Like I think it's right up here somewhere. Yeah, there hasn't been many up there. A real sweet spot.
Yeah. Oh goodness. And my ear is huge.
Yeah, I try to keep it on your shoulder because I wanted to just get it
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. Nemo, of course, is the best actor of all of us, and he doesn't even
Definitely.
want to pursue act. I'm the only one that wants to pursue a career in acting.
want to pursue acting. I mean,
You've always told me you wanted to work behind the
I
camera.
mean, like I'd be like Ben Affleck. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
Woody
I'm not
Allen,
saying,
Ben Affleck.
I'm not saying I'm the handsomest, but I mean,
Oh no, we all know Nemo is gorgeous.
if y'all want to see my acting, I'm actually releasing a video pretty soon, and it's me as a pedophile, and I'm attacking a wolf person. So you know.
You're finally releasing that?
Oh yeah. Aaron got mad at me because I never released videos with him in it. So you know, go subscribe to my channel and watch that. It'll be out next week.
Link in
Maybe.
the description. Hopefully I can put a card up because I don't know how to.
Don't trust him. He's not gonna do that. I love whispering in the microphone. It's so funny.
Michael, of course, is just overacting.
Oh, that was a terrible line
apparently the only reason this happened is because in the book, of course, King Wiggloff or whatever his name is, I can't even remember now, but he didn't go to the final battle with him. In this, the sheriff does not go with him, mainly because I had to get my makeup on. I had to get my Grendel on. You know, it's terrible. Oh, this is terrible. No, please kill me.
Say hello to my little friend.
I actually kind of want to show that afterwards, but
yeah, we'll watch all the other footage we shot if you want to.
yeah, that'd be fun. Okay.
Still got it all.
Did I repeat myself right then?
Yeah, you did.
Let me go back to that. This is what happens when you're improving and you're not a good actor and you don't have a good director.
You say Nemo's not a good director?
I was the director, Logan.
You say you're not a good director?
I'm a terrible director.
Believe in yourself.
I have low confidence.
Okay, not to interrupt your film, but I wanted to say something this whole time. I haven't even been a minute in this video, and I have not used so many clips. And
Yeah.
I will say right now, this is some funny shit. It's really funny.
Okay, we'll cut that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's continue.
Okay, I think that is the most funniest line, but it did not work in the horror movie, so I had to cut it out.
Yeah.
And that was the main reason I made the comedy version, was because I thought that line was so hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, the line is
I
okay,
thought-
but I thought it was really decent delivery by Michael, but the actual joke itself was actually pretty funny. And I can't even remember what I responded with, but
It was so out of nowhere, I think, was just why it was made it so funny. But the reason I made it the reason I had enough nerve to make it a comedy was because of that right there. I was like, it's definitely I
yeah,
can
because
definitely change it.
honestly, that was I think the reason it was so funny because we died out laughing after the camera stopped rolling.
Yeah,
Like, because that was
I'm
out
pretty
of
sure
nowhere.
I'm
We was
pretty
trying to
sure I
be
had
so
to, like,
serious.
I'm pretty sure I had to cut it
Yeah, we cut it because we just all started dying, man. Like, it was such a we had been so serious, so self-serious most of the time, except for when we're sitting there lip-syncing to Living on a Prayer. I don't even think that was in the final cut.
What?
Us lip-syncing to Living on a Prayer.
Michael was we watched.
Yeah,
that,
but we did an entire thing to where we all was lip-syncing.
Yeah.
Granted, at the time,
Where you were in the front seat, that was like
I was playing 3
that
characters.
was some of the footage that we weren't.
Yeah,
using.
granted though, I was 3 characters at the time. Then my character got cut. I'm still in the car actually. In the beginning of the film, I'm actually still in the car.
Yeah.
We had to sit there and arrange it to where I'm not in the car. But yeah.
Go get on my daggone car. Get set up. I love making fun of people. Sorry.
I'm making fun of myself. I'm making fun of myself all the time.
Sorry, Jacob. Sorry, Michael.
And yeah. Oh goodness. That I expected to be serious with that. I tried to be serious with that, and then next thing you know, my weird drawl that I have came out. Good Lord! You know, that came out and it was so bad. Now, I felt like some of this could have been a lot worse. Some of this upcoming scene could have been a lot worse, I felt. It was still bad, but it could have been a lot worse.
This AKM, I took a Sharpie to it, and I spent like half a day sharpening it
Yeah.
just for you guys.
Yeah, I thought a lot of this scene could have been a lot worse. Michael was getting tired, so we had to kill him.
Yeah. You saw his orange tip. Oh, there it is again.
Yeah.
Oh, look at all that grain. I want to come over here and sleep, man. Now, that was such a terrible cut.
Now, right here. So right here, what you see, in real life, I straight up grabbed Michael and started dragging him. Now, he had expected to start screaming and everything, but when I legitimately grabbed him and started pulling him, I can't remember if that's the actual scene we had, because we shot it a couple times, but I'm not sure if that's the actual one we put in there. But I legitimately drug him to the woods. Now I don't know if that's the shot we put in there because I can't honestly remember.
No, I don't think it was because I think we saw you in the woods.
Yeah,
too
you saw me.
well.
Yeah,
And so
we was trying to hide Grindel. We was trying to hide Grindel for a while. We wanted the Jaws effect. We wanted the Jaws
Yeah.
effect to where the only people that saw it was the actors until a certain part of the film.
well, we wanted it to be where the only person who saw Grindel was the person who dies.
Yeah, pretty much. And Beowulf.
So
Let's just go ahead and
so we basically tried to do
And
the
of
same
course-
thing as the starting right there.
yeah, and of course you also hear like cooing noises coming from Michael instead of like I think I actually had my hand covered over his mouth, so that's why it sounded so weird. But also at the
Pretty
same
sure he's
time,
an
it was,
owl.
yeah, he tried to act like an owl for some reason. Like, does an owl come in every time Grindel kills somebody? We honestly don't know. That's just probably a theory. That would probably be a theory if people actually watched my stuff.
Today on Film Theory.
But that's just a theory. A film theory. Please don't copyright us, Matt Pat. We really like you.
I hate his channel. He makes me so mad.
We're about to fight.
He feels so fake to me.
Okay. Okay. So, this scene
He's gone.
right here, I thought we could have done a lot better. I
Like
like
transition, it was so terrible. Like
you see the bad cuts in that.
yeah.
I thought the general idea that we had for it was really cool, and I thought I would really enjoy what we were supposed to be doing, but you see the end result right here, and here, that shot right there, let me see if I can actually get it on that specific shot. I don't know.
If you here.
I did give it. Oh, nope, okay. Just try to find it. I'm far away from the thing.
Oh, pause.
There it is. Perfect, actually. So this shot right here, actually creeped out my teacher and a lot of other people. They honestly didn't expect it, which is weird in my opinion.
That's Declan's actual pasty white skin.
The shoulders are. The shoulders are.
No,
The arms.
I think we actually rubbed it just a little bit on your
No, we didn't.
shoulders.
We didn't.
Cause no, cause you were like, I'm pretty sure we did.
No, we did not. All that was on, of course, what you see is my terrible makeup done by
sure.
100% done by Nemo. We literally got
Listen.
white makeup, got a bald cap.
Listen.
Do you
You
still have the
wouldn't-
bald cap?
You wouldn't shave your beard, and that is not dedication. 1 second, I'm pulling out the bald cap.
I'm already like that is my actual thoughts on the film so far because you look at this frame right here. That is my actual thoughts on the film
Okay,
because I was just so disappointed by how everything was going in and how much how rushed we were going to be. But of course, we had a carpet. We had my black shirt.
He wouldn't take off the shirt underneath because, for some reason,
It was cold. It was raining.
You know what? I do whatever it takes for the video. Just ask Logan. I went into his water and crawled out like the Twilight scene.
We was actually going to have a scene where I was in water. We originally planned it. But anyways, like you see, of course, my bald cap. You see my beard. The awful makeup job done. I have straight up like dollar gloves that you can find. Dollar cotton gloves
Yeah,
that you
it was
can find.
like Jacob's extra gloves or something.
Yeah. It's weird. This thing I absolutely hate. I hate this thing. I like the end credit scene that you get,
Yeah.
and I wish the end credits actually could have been done better.
What do you mean?
The end credits sucked. Let's go.
Where it just pops up, you.
No, the end credits, the way you
Oh.
wrote the credits.
Oh, the credits? Yeah. Well, that was before I knew, like, I could actually do credits with Cute Cut.
Okay. Let's. Yeah, I actually thought that it was like a good idea of what we were trying to do,
Yeah.
but the execution, of course, was terrible.
Yeah, I was inspired off the Batman, you know, where the Batman,
Was it Dark Knight Rises or no?
it was either, yeah, it's Dark Knight Rises, where it does
It was
the
either
fly-
Batman Begins
it's
or
like-
Dark Knight Rises.
where it was like he was in the hallways coming up because he was going for Bane in the sewer system.
But guys were shooting. Guys were shooting
and
at
it was
him.
like
and
he would be there for a second, then disappear, and like
Oh, guys, do you want to know how we achieved that shot? Legitimately, we was just recording. He turned his light on strobe light, straight up, just had it on strobe light and just going towards us, and a terrible cut.
Which you can tell by like the trees not being in the same place. But
And we also had another like weird looking long light that we tried to keep on using, but it was too bright.
yeah,
And then this,
that was such a terrible line.
that was such a terrible line and such a terrible thing to say. And then this right here. This right here. This right here. Here's the tea, man. I hate this. The in battle scene between Beowulf and Grendel is supposed to be something epic. Something that starts off epic, but ends up being very disappointing and leaves you with a bad taste in your mouth. This is something that never tries to be epic and leaves a bad taste in your mouth somehow.
Are you saying I'm terrible at shooting an AK-47?
No, I'm talking about me and Jacob. I'm talking about me and Jacob in this scene. Like this. And of course you hear me going like a dead monkey. Granted, of course, Grendel is supposed to be scared when this happens, but
I know what we can do tomorrow. We can remake Beowulf.
well, actually, Beowulf the reboot coming 2019, late 2019.
I don't have Miss Moore's class.
Oh no, Coach Treadaway is teaching English 4.
Well, I don't even have English 4. I have
English comp.
no, I have preparing for college English or something.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Okay, cut that out. Yeah, this scene sucks, and I liked what we was trying to achieve. This looks like a video game shot, and I like
Yeah,
that.
that's what we went for.
Yeah, we was definitely going for that, and it didn't look great execution wise.
I think I remember I was wanting to go for like the army type look where they have the GoPros and the guns, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't go well. And of course, you hear me running off. The original scene was supposed to have it to where I would get my arm taken off, and you would see me going back into the lake. But it was 30 degrees outside,
Yeah,
pouring
'cause
down.
It was Christmas time.
Christmas time, or no, it was February.
Well, I mean, close to Christmas.
It was
pretty
February.
close to Christmas.
It was freezing cold. I remember legitimately when I
Look,
finally took the makeup off. I remember.
legit. When I told him to lay on the ground and let me get a shot of his arm so I could make it look like he was ripped off, he went and he kneeled down on the ground and he like laid his arm halfway. I'll show you the video in just a second.
I was done with it. I was done with this film by the time we did the truck scene. When we did the truck scene, I was done. I was 100% done.
But so I had to use a PNG for an arm, and you'll see that in just a second. I only showed for like a second, but it's so funny.
It's over. It's over. Yeah, I'm glad this is over.
There we go.
It's absolutely terrible. Oh yeah, and we forgot to mention there was also a cut scene in the truck. I cut it. We've had 3 cuts before this. 3 comedic cuts, but we've had 3 cuts before this. The first one was the full thing. Second one had none of the, like, there's a thing, an end credit scene to where I pop up and I just do the little thing. I was expecting you to put in "Take On Me" at the end of it.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to put "Take On Me" because that's what it was inspired by, the Take On Me meme girl. But at the end of it, I started dancing. It was stupid, and I cut that from the second cut. Then going into this cut, there was also a truck scene to where it was legitimately me talking to myself on the phone. Where I was talking to an imaginary character, and it was so stupid. I told Nemo to cut it out in the original, and he didn't. And I found out how to cut it out before I posted this video on YouTube, and I was so glad I did because that scene served no purpose to the plot. It straight up sucked, and I hated that scene because I was terrible in it.
I think it did though. I had it right after.
It was an expedition dump.
I had it right after.
Right after they leave the truck, and I tell them get out of the truck and everything.
See, the reason I left it in there and put it in there was because I wanted that to be like, you just sent them on their death mission, and like it was something like that. We'll see once we watch.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it was when.
Now, this end credit scene, I am very much I'm very proud of. Now, guys, as much as we have bashed everything about this film, these guys did such an amazing job.
Especially this Noah Neiman dude. You
Yeah,
know,
this Noah
give,
Neiman
give
guy,
him some love.
he is very talented. I don't know where we found this guy and
Take
how
him
we
to
got
the
him.
back room, priest, and show him some love.
Yeah, everybody press F in the chat over his ruined career. I'm kidding. Noah was great. Michael, of course, yes, he overacted, but he still was a treasure to work with. Jacob tried his best. I loved working with Jacob, and if he was to ever become a greater actor,
Michael has a YouTube channel too. If you want to go,
yeah,
subscribe.
I will actually post it in the description. But
he doesn't post anymore, but you know,
go
he
like his
might.
old stuff. Go like his old stuff. But Jacob, if you are watching this, if you ever want to work again, maybe behind the camera or something, I'll be happy to work with you.
Jacob, I actually think that you are a pretty good actor, but just not for Beowulf. So if you ever want to be in one of my videos again,
you did not play the stoic character well.
I swear I will write a whole entire video just for you to play like
a monotone
no,
politician. A monotone politician.
I mean, like, you gotta really, like, you gotta write your characters for the people. Like, when you're low,
when you are very low in the acting business, when you have no actors and you're working with your best friends, you have to work write those characters for those people.
Yeah.
Like for Michael, we wrote this guy who is just an overjoyous person for Michael because that's how he acts sometimes.
Yeah.
For me and How to Amish, we had a guy who literally was just an idiot.
Yeah.
And I act like an idiot. I may have a 4.0 GPA, but I acted like an idiot. Nemo, when he did the pedophile video, he wrote him for himself because he's a pedophile.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways,
and I hate wolf people. Just saying.
Yeah, he hates furries. But this end credit scene, I am very proud of. I'm upset that you didn't put "Take on Me" at it. That is one of the scariest moments you will ever see.
Let's go and check out.
We're going to check out a few of the deleted scenes and things that just didn't make it to the cut. Man, we've made a lot of videos.
Let's see.
We have made a lot of videos. Jeez.
Okay, so here's where Beowulf. Okay, so this was the original car scene right here.
Yeah.
It was actually in the morning.
Before color grading and everything. Yeah, it was probably 7 o'clock. Or no, it was before then. It was 6:30.
I don't know. Well, let me tell you.
It was 6:30.
I think I'll. Where does the car come through? There it is.
It comes out at the
so
end.
long. I'm like hanging onto a tree right now, and like.
Yeah. Nemo, we sit there and we go by and we see him, and Nemo is struggling to stand up.
Well,
we took
I'm a
so
fat boy.
long.
I'm an itty boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Acting
So
like
that
we're
was
drunk.
the original thing. Me and Michael was supposed to be these overjoyous idiots.
This is where you got your we slicked back your hair for the video.
Yeah, we had pause it. So if you see Sheriff Wigloff had his hair slicked back, which actually became my hairstyle for a while, but he had his hair slicked back because he's a sheriff. This character, I didn't want to mess up my hair much, and I didn't want to show that I was playing two characters, so I legitimately just put my hat on. That, I think, actually showed a lot better of my acting range than any of the other parts of the film.
Okay, I think this one's the non-comedic one.
We're not showing that. We are not showing that. This video is probably already way too long.
Here's your
Oh, God. Showing off my amazing ringtone.
yeah. Dadgum ears.
Wolfgar is, like, Wigloff's right-hand man.
He just what the crap, Isaiah.
Just play it.
Well, we have to wait. We can't talk with my door open because the house echoes. Why are you leaving the door open? Okay, well, get in. Get in here.
You gotta shut up,
You have to be quiet.
We're gonna cut this entire thing out, right?
No, we're not. Hello, babies.
Okay. So, sorry, interruption.
Isaiah, gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was it. Like,
And like this entire reason, the reason we had this shot, like what set it up, the plot point that set it up is, Nemo for some reason, Nemo's character, Loser, straight up just left his phone in my truck for some reason.
yeah, we actually
And-
had a scene where I come back and get it.
Yeah, I don't even know if that scene's on there. But let's just go ahead and get
But
off the
that's-
scene, because I can't stand this.
But that's why we switched over to the like GoPro looking scene, too.
Yeah.
On the gun, and on the chest one with the flashlight.
Yeah. So I hate this scene. I hate this scene with a deadgum passion. Wait, I think
That's where we cut it off.
yeah, we cut it off around right there, and you see me struggling to get out of Michael's truck
So wait a minute,
because
did you
Michael's
cut
truck is so
anything
small.
else out of this
I
original?
cut the end credits thing with me dancing, but we're not going to show that.
We are gonna show that. We have to show that.
Oh god, I hate this. I am so hard on myself. I hate everything about this.
I love it.
If that's even dancing. Oh gosh. But yeah, that's pretty much all of that. I think that's all of the deleted
Here's the
scenes.
car where I was gonna
Oh,
film it, where it is like. I realized I didn't have the keys. Look how messy my garage is. It's amazing.
So, yeah, go ahead and get back on the video. The original one.
Well,
Full screen.
Well, I think there was some more. I just don't know where they're at. Cause there's that whole.
There's a lot of hidden projects that you don't see right here.
Yeah.
That we will reveal at a later date.
like me being a pedophile.
But go ahead and get back on the YouTubes.
Yeah, I can't find it. I might have deleted all those extra ones. Okay, so remember, go.
I got this. This is my outro. Okay, so yeah, this was pretty much my commentary. This is mine and Nemo's commentary on this. What happened? Why did it fail? We hated this film. We both did. And I think really, honestly, we wanted to show how much we've come from. But any last words?
Nerds.
Isaiah. Subscribe to Michael Cooper.
Yeah, Michael Cooper. I will put his link in the description. I don't know why his photo was mine for a minute.
Amazing.
For the best Clash of Clans videos.
Amazing Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans. For real?
Yeah.
His videos are Clash of Clans.
I said his amazing Clash of Clans videos. Yeah.
He's still playing.
So yeah, this remember to go in and just subscribe to Michael, subscribe to Nemo.
You know me. Gotta always include myself.
Yeah, Nemo, of course. Follow him. He's got some amazing
Don't want
things.
copyrights.
Yeah. And if you want more videos like this, hit that like button, subscribe. And if you have a hamster named Like Button, I apologize, hamster.
Hit that little boy.
Isaiah.
But if you have something that you want to see, you will have something you want me to do. I think my next video is probably going to be ranking Quentin Tarantino movies while also reviewing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But if you want to see something else, subscribe, comment. I don't know. I've got a lot of things that I'm going to play that I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to do comic reviews in October, stuff like that, you know. A lot of weird stuff, but yeah. Thank you for watching this video. If you even made through it, I don't even know how long this video is so far. But yeah,
Parents
if you will, have a good day, and I will talk to you all later.